Hello, midweek Kyle. Tuesday, March 3rd. Welcome to March, everyone. Um, I am about to study for like 2.5 hours. Maybe the last times I get to study for this midterm. That's coming up week 9, Friday. And I just wanted to take a quick break before the study. I just went to office hours. Before that, I was just training my grip strength for when I come back. I've lost 10 pounds now, so I really want to try and get good on small edges and like try and get as like good technique as I can before I come back to be able to climb super well. Because I really like mosaic and being able to take my shirt off. But why am I making this? One, I think it's gonna be interesting when I get to where I need to go. I don't know where that is particularly right now, but to watch these all back. But today, I was taking a little break and I was looking at Pinterest, as one does. I don't really look at like Instagram or anything. Sometimes it'll be like, I want to like look at clothes or just feel a little bit like inspired or whatever for art. Let's take a quick look at Pinterest, and I have like posts that are suggested to me are kind of like inspirational quotes, I guess, or stuff along that. If you're on Pinterest, you've probably seen them before, and I don't know, like it feels hard not to get inspired by them, and it just makes me think like I think a big goal of mine for maybe next quarter, because honestly, I think this quarter I want to do as much as I can for my studies and just do everything I can to make next quarter and the summer following just the best I've ever like had. Like next quarter I have 2 days off. I have Thursday, Friday off every week, and I feel like I really am like at the end of this quarter, kind of like coming into the mentality that I want to be in, and I kind of want to like set that mentality forward by, like I said in the last video, taking action and things I want to do. So tomorrow I'm gonna go to literature club. I'm very excited about that, and But anyway, how does this all relate to Pinterest? Next quarter, I want to do something that makes me afraid every day. Today, in math, we are learning this new topic, and I was just so scared because, for those of you who know what washer method are and whatever the other one is, disk method, fucking shell method. I was always really bad at like converting between like using like the X integration and like the Y integration. My belt is undone, by the way. I'm not like jerking my shit or anything. I was always really, really bad at doing those. And today we learned about like double integrals, which is a Calc 3 topic, where you're integrating by dx and by dy, and you have to switch the limits of integration. And like as he was talking about it, like I was genuinely like had anxiety for the lecture, and like my blood ran cold. And after the lecture, I was like, I'm low-key like kind of excited to work on this. Like I can feel the heat, as like Hikari would say. But like yeah, and I like ended up doing the problems, and I figured out like my way to do it, like based on like a YouTube video that wasn't really like discussed in class, and they just started like making sense, and it's just like, and now I'm not really that scared of them anymore. Like I know I have to practice them, and I can still feel it a little bit, but like I'm not like, oh, ooh, giving myself goosebumps. And one thing that I like remember very clearly in Arcane is this quote by can't remember what the guy is. but like the main central like bad guy for the first part, he talks about how like we the only cages we trap ourselves in is the ones that we make in our own minds. And I'm very tired of trapping myself in, oh, like you're not smart enough. The people around you are smarter than you. Like you just can't do it. You're not this, you're not that. Like I'm too afraid to go talk to people, to cold open, to, talk to people I find attractive, whatever it is. And it's just like, why am I setting these limits for myself? Like, what's the point? Like, okay, it saves me some fear in the moment, but then it's like me not taking that action leads to, how many untaken actions later down the line, like years later, how many like regrets. Like my dad and mom met each other in college. Like I would not exist today without, whoever talked to the first person first, right? Like I would literally never have been born. And you think about it, like, the actions I take today, it's kind of like compound interest. It'll just keep compounding. And, maybe it's like tomorrow I'm going to go to the literature club. It's like, or today I'm going to try and have a really hard study session because I want to get 100 on this next midterm that I have on Friday. And it's like, I think to myself like, oh, I'm not smart enough. Really smart people have not gotten this. And it's like, I'm going to put the work in and get it because that's who I want to be. I want to be the person who does what they want to do and puts the work in when they need to, instead of, failing. And just like last quarter, instead of studying for statics as much as I wanted to, I just bummed off my work and I got a B in class. I ended up getting a B. I could have gotten an A minus if I had gotten 100%, which would have been really hard. And I didn't put in the time. And I want to put in the time. And even if I get not the grade I want to, at least I put in the time and I did what I wanted to do. And I'm not going to be like, well, what if I could have gotten an A or A minus or whatever? It's, you know what? I put in the time, and next quarter I'll put in the time again. But anyway, I'm really tired of just setting these limits on myself and like just having them become like a fundamental part of who I am. As I feel like a fundamental, like something I talked earlier about like compound interest of action. Maybe it's you compliment one person a day, and maybe then you start seeing other cool stuff. You get less afraid. You compliment a few people a day. Maybe you meet a new friend because of that. You start hanging out with them. You have a new friend group because they have a bunch of friends, and bada bing, bada boom, right? Like just a single compliment started all of that train, and it's like, well, okay. I feel like the reverse can happen too, where it's like, okay, I don't compliment them. And then it's like, I don't compliment the next person or the next person or the next 100 persons. And you really got to watch out for those, because then after the 100th time, it's not even like you're consciously thinking, oh, do I, don't I? It's, this is who I am. Like, I'm just not gonna. And I want to discover those things about myself and just break them next quarter. I don't want to have those. And that's another reason why I like ended up going to like the party in Santa Cruz. And I do want to go to another one because Niall said that, that one was more house party instead of house show. So I want to find out the difference. But I feel like if I can get rid of these like fundamental like subconscious limits that I feel like are pretty obvious if you really just think about like your day to day, like for example, for me, just because I'm going to talk about me. This is my journal log, so sorry about talking about me. But I hope this helps you, or maybe is enjoyable to watch or whatever. But talking to people is like a huge fear of mine. It's really easy for me to talk to people when I get to know them, and I'll do whatever I want, and I'll be whoever I want to be in front of these people. Or like even today, one of my friends at the gym, I saw her and she was just like doing this like little like shuffle thing in the gym, and then I started just like hitting that, and then one of my other friends was like, "Sorry, Kyle, I gotta go," in like that tone of voice. And I just like said like super loudly like, "No, Mark, don't go." And it's like, okay, obviously I don't have social anxiety then, but I do have this sort of like subconscious social anxiety in certain scenarios, like meeting new people and stuff. When clearly in that scenario, probably 10, all the people who were in that room were like, "What the fuck? Who is this guy?" Like, you know what I mean? Like, and yeah, so I guess breaking limits plus ultra, I don't know, and just really maximizing, like taking the derivative to zero type shit. But yeah, hope everyone's doing well. If you got here, I'm gonna study hard. I gotta play Blades in the Dark at 7 tonight. If you don't know what Blades in the Dark is, give that motherfucker a look up. One of the greatest games I've ever played. But yeah, I got that 7 tonight. So I gotta make dinner, and we gotta drive there. So I have until 6:30 to study. 6:30. Let's get it done. See you guys later.